everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Marjorie with Jetersblessings. Today I've got this wood round from Hobby Lobby and some of this paint that I got from Michael's that was on sale. It's kind of like a grayish tan color, and I'm just going to paint the entire front and sides of this round. I've got an 8-inch wreath form from the Dollar Tree, and all I'm going to do is on the outer two rings on each of the brackets, I'm going to put a pipe cleaner on it, and then on the same outer two rings I'll put another pipe cleaner on in between each of the brackets. So there's going to be a total of 6 pipe cleaners on the outer two rings, and then in between the inner and middle ring I'm going to add 4 pipe cleaners, and I'm just going to kind of put them across from one another, and this is how I'm going to make my work form. Total of 10 pipe cleaners. So I've got this Deco mesh from Hobby Lobby Christmas time, and I really do like this mesh. I don't really like a whole lot of Hobby Lobby mesh, but this I do actually like. And so what I did is I want to have 2 pieces of Deco mesh in each of the pipe cleaners. So the total roll is 360 inches. Divide that by 20 means I will cut each piece at 18 inches. So for my first piece of Deco mesh, I'm just going to use the the ruffle method. I just put the I just folded the ends about an inch or 2 on both sides, and just kind of ran my fingers up the middle, and then I place it right on top of one of the pipe cleaners. And then I'll do that with each of the remaining pipe cleaners. Now, as you can see, it is pretty full with just the one round of Deco mesh. So you could actually leave that if you want. If you wanted to be a little more cost effective, you could actually make 2 wreaths out of this. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a double curl method, where I just roll each end in curls and meet in the middle. And that's what I call a double curl. And then I just take that and place one on top of each of the pipe cleaners again. So basically what I did here is I wanted there to be a little bit more depth with the wreath, but like I said, you could definitely just go with 1 layer of Deco mesh and make two wreaths out of it. So I have this Chalk Couture vinyl, and I was just actually, I forget what it's called, but you take that mat and you kind of place it over the mat several times, and it helps to make it not so sticky, because it will take paint and other stuff off, and it will leave a green residue if you don't do it well enough. So then I've just got some of this white chalk paste, and I also have some black, but what I'll do is I'll just scrape it over. Now these are really fun, easy, quick solutions for stencils. They are a little pricey, but you can always find some on sale. Amazon also has like dupes. There's another company called Magnolia, but like I said, you could go on Amazon and find some dupes and stuff. Now, I did take it off, and what I should have done was not take it off. I don't know what I was thinking here, y'all. But I'm gonna actually put it back on. So this was the other part of the stencil. It had the two pieces, but I just wanted to use this one. So now I have to go back and try to line it up so I can actually do that paw print there, and I'm gonna do that in black. So again, I don't know why I took it off. I just did. And so I'm set that off to dry, and now I've got this my measure buddy for my ribbon tails, and I'm going to cut 10 pieces at 13 inches. So what I'm actually going to do is, I haven't done this before for my ribbon tails. I just thought about it, and I do like how it turns out. So I've got two 1.5 inch, the black and white polka dot and the paw print one. I cut those at 13 inches. And I do just actually cut the ends of them at an angle. You can definitely dovetail, but for the 1.5 inch, I like to have them cut at an angle. And then, so you'll see here how I cut that at an angle. So here you'll see I have about a 7 inch gray ribbon where it is cut at an angle on one side, and the reason is because I wanted to use one extra, like a half piece of this gray ribbon to add to the fullness of my tails, because I don't know, I just wanted to try something new. So you'll see here in just a second, I'll get the ribbon tails, the 13-inch ribbon tails, and then I will take one of the gray ones and line it up, and then I fold it in half to find the middle point. Once I find the middle point, I put a zip tie around it, and like I said, I cut the ribbon, the short ribbon, probably about 6.5, 7 inches, somewhere around there. So when I put the zip tie down, there's probably about 1/4 of an inch of the gray tied onto the other side. So then I just have to manipulate the ribbons and pull them apart and make them look all nice and pretty to where I have the gray in the middle. Then I just take that ribbon tail set and I put it in one of the pipe cleaners, give it a good few twists, take and trim off the excess pipe cleaners to about 1/4 of an inch, and then what I'll do is actually tuck that right back into the wreath where you can't see it. So here I'm just pulling out and fluffing out these ribbon tails, and I like how it turned out. I think it turned out really pretty. I like the gray ribbon to kind of go with the gray color of the sign. Now that I have all the tails on, I'm just taking the sign and I'm going to staple on a couple of these pipe cleaners. And that's how I will attach it to the wreath frame. Then I just go ahead and attach the sign right on top of that wreath. And y'all, this is so cute. This mini wreath was made with an 8-inch wreath form from the Dollar Tree, where you can get 2 in a pack. And I've heard of the prices going up at the Dollar Tree. I think it's supposed to be going up to $1.50 or something, $1.50 plus, but I still think it's a good deal. So then I'm just showing you in the back that I just kind of twisted around and I trimmed some of it off, and then I tucked the rest of it back into the mesh. But here is the final reveal. I really like how this one turned out. It was so cute. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great week.